I used to come and hang out in Tunbridge Wells, not just at the Forum, sometimes at the Forum, but one of my best friends, my friend Rob, used to live in Tunbridge Wells, and I used to come and hang out with Rob in Tunbridge Wells. And in later years, Rob introduced me to the woman who is now my wife, so nice fucking work, Rob. Well done. But before then, when he and I were both young and dissolute, I used to have some pretty fierce substance abuse issues in my life, and that's what this next song is about. There was this one, I want to tell you this story about the bee and the Morris dancers in Tunbridge Wells, okay? And I swear to fucking Christ, this is true, okay? So I came down to hang out with Rob for an evening in Tunbridge Wells, and we ended up buying some illegal shit, and we ended up not going to bed and being in a very buzzy, suggestible state of mind the following day in the Pantiles, is that right? Yeah. And there was a fucking Morris dance display going on, I'm reasonably sure. Right, and there we were, buzzing our tits off, watching these Morris dancers, and I got stung by a bee, right? I was like, ow, ow. And Rob was like, what's the matter? I said, I've just been stung by a bee. And he said, no, you weren't. Shut up, you weren't stung by a bee. And I was like, why would I make that up? Like, what would I stand to gain from pretending to have been stung by a bee? And I had a big sting on my arm, and he didn't fucking believe me then. And I spoke to him this afternoon, and I said, hey, Rob, I'm in Tunbridge Wells, like the old days. And he said, you didn't get stung by a bee, motherfucker. And I really did. Whilst watching Morris dancers. Anyway, this is a song about the fact that I had a long way yet to go with substances when that story took place. They're in my rearview mirror these days, I'm pleased to say. I've been off the powders for quite a while. And that's just me and my thing. But the opening line of this song is a quote from Johnny Cash. And the story goes that Johnny Cash was having dinner with Bono, of all people. And you didn't buy a ticket to hear my opinions on Bono, and they would take some time to unpack. Anyway, he's having dinner with Bono, and apparently Johnny Cash is a religious man. He's at the end of his life. He's very much a sober man at this point. And he says grace. They all hold hands and close their eyes and say grace. And at the end of it, Johnny Cash opens his eyes, looks around and says, I sure do miss them drugs. And then tucked into the mashed potato. And I don't know if he said that specifically because he was hanging out with Bono. Come on, he's raised more money for charity than any of you have. Does he have to be so annoying while he does it? Anyway, it's got nothing to do with anything. I really did get stung by a bee. And that's what this song is about. This song's called Untainted Love. I sure do miss them drugs and not giving the slightest fuck. Shivering and thunderstruck, but it nearly killed me. I sure do miss cocaine, the bravado and blood stains, crushing highs and creeping shame. It nearly killed me. I'm not invincible after all. I'm not invincible. It's impossible to stay awake forever. I miss the independence of being high as fuck and friendless in the days that were numb and endless and that nearly killed me. And I miss leaving every morning without words and without warning, with open arms towards an ending that would surely kill me. I'm not invincible after all. it's impossible to stay alone forever. And in the final analysis, when it all comes down to it, I went right up the line. Turns out I didn't want to die. The one thing that I never accounted for was love. Untainted love.